everyone, and welcome to the Performance Project here at IMG Academy, home to some of the best and brightest teen athletes. My name is Kristen Hewitt, and I'm a television sports reporter in South Florida. I also write for my website, mommyinsports.com, but most importantly, I'm a mom to two very young athletes.
And I'm Danielle Smith, founder of the lifestyle and parenting website, extraordinarymommy.com, and like Kristen, part of a big sports family. While we're not shuttling back and forth between practices, watching them at games, we're trying to figure out how to help them safely perform at the highest level. There is a lot online that tells us back and forth about what's good for them and what's not, and it seems to change on an almost daily basis.
And that's why we're here on the Performance Project with the help of expert sports scientist Dr. James Carter. He set up a slew of experiments about which ingredients truly do lead to the highest performance potential.
Kristen, you know what I'd like to start with? Sugar. There's a lot of debate around this question. How does sugar affect athletic performance?
Well, we are in the perfect spot, Danielle. Dr. Carter is standing by at the Gatorade Sports Science Institute with our very first experiment. I can't wait to hear more.
We're here at the Gatorade Sports Science Institute with Dr. James Carter to dispel some of the myths surrounding sugar.
That's right, Danielle. And Dr. Carter, this all looks very interesting. I see you have Ida set up here for an experiment. What are we going to be learning today?
Well, Ida is one of our soccer athletes, and we are going to take a look at Ida's fuel use and why carbohydrate at the right time can be very important. Athletes, their nutritional requirements are very different to other populations, such as those who are sedentary or indeed those who do low levels of physical activity.
Great. Should we get it started?
Courtney, can you do the honours, please?
We're going to start the treadmill in 3, 2, 1.
I'm taking a look at all the equipment that's attached to her. What is all of that going to be measuring for us today?
We fully expect Ida's heart rate to increase over time, which will be indicative of an increasing exercise intensity. We are going to measure both the oxygen that Ida is using at any given stage, but also the amount of carbon dioxide that she is producing. What that allows us to measure is her use of fat and carbohydrate as an energy source. At the beginning of the test, all athletes will use fat as their major energy source. As the exercise intensity increases, though, this use of fat drops off, and that's where sugar, that's where carbohydrate becomes very, very important, because it provides the energy quickly for the working muscles and also for the brain.
So what would be a good sugar to give our kids before workout or during workout?
When we're talking about young athletes, I think the most important thing for them is to get their diet right. We're really talking about providing a quickly digested and absorbed carbohydrate. The simple sugars, glucose, sucrose, and it's these sources that are particularly important for athletes during exercise.
Why do you think that there are so many myths that surround sugar? It's hard for a lot of parents to understand.
Well, I think it's partly due to the fact that we talk about sugar as if it's bad for everyone, and we don't break it down by different populations who have different functional needs. The sedentary population is going to have a much different nutritional requirement than your high-performance athlete. I think what the parent needs to understand is that sugar can play an important part in an athlete's life.
Great job.
This is the end of our test, so Courtney still's got a very important job to do. She needs to make sure the athlete is okay, and then we need to cool the athlete down gradually before we move on to the next test.
That's the mom in me that gets a little proud like that, I think.
Yeah. All right, Dr. Carter, thank you so much for clearing up the confusion. Sugar is indeed important, especially for high-performing athletes.
Indeed.
Thank you for being here with us for this episode of The Performance Project. We look forward to seeing you next time.